Have you ever just looked around and wondered, why do some people seem to just crush it, while others feel kind of stuck, just getting by? Well, it turns out it's not about luck, and it's definitely not about some huge overnight transformation. It's actually about design. And today, we're going to break down 7 daily habits that can seriously make you unstoppable. And this right here, this is the idea that changes the whole game. Being unstoppable isn't something that just happens to you. Nope. It's a system you build. It's a life you design. One small, consistent step at a time. It's a choice you get to make every single day. So really, we all have 2 paths in front of us. On one side, you've got the reactive life. You know the drill. The alarm blares, your phone starts buzzing, and you spend the entire day just putting out fires, chasing whatever screams the loudest. Sound familiar? Yeah, I thought so. But then, on the other side, there's the designed life. This is one built on clarity, purpose, and it gives you this amazing sense of control.
So what's the fix? How do we get from reactive to designed? Well, the great news is, it's not about some massive heroic effort. It's not about trying to find more willpower or waiting around for motivation to hit you like a lightning bolt. It's just about installing a few simple disciplines, simple habits, into your daily routine, and then just doing them consistently. That's it. That's the secret sauce.
All right, so where do we begin? Well, the whole foundation of an unstoppable life really comes down to clarity and focus. So let's start with 2 habits that are going to sharpen your mind and give your day some much-needed structure. Let's dive in. Okay, this first one sounds totally backward, right? Don't start your day until it's finished. What does that even mean? But trust me, this is the absolute first key to taking back control. It simply means you never, ever walk into a day unprepared. Because look, if you wake up without a plan for your day, life is going to hand you one. And I can almost guarantee it's not the plan you would have chosen for yourself.
And here's the best part. The plan doesn't have to be this giant, complicated thing. In fact, all the power is in how simple it is. We're not talking about some endless to-do list with 30 items that just makes you feel overwhelmed. No. We're talking about just 3. What are the 3 most important things? The 3 wins that you need to accomplish tomorrow to feel like you won the day.
Here's the entire playbook. Super simple. It takes 10 minutes tops. You do it the night before. You just write down your top 3 goals, and by writing them down, you make them real, you get clear on them. Then, the next day, you just execute with focus. That's it. This one little habit gets rid of all that morning confusion and puts you in the driver's seat from the moment you wake up.
All right, habit number 2 for clarity is all about what you're feeding your mind. And I love this metaphor. Your mind is a garden. Seriously, think about it. You can either intentionally plant flowers, wisdom, knowledge, positivity, or you can just let the weeds grow. And the weeds are things like gossip, negativity, mindless scrolling. But here's the thing, something is always going to grow in there. The only question is, what are you planting?
And the stuff you plant doesn't have to be huge to have a massive effect. Check this out. Just reading 10 pages a day, that's it, 10 pages, adds up to over 3,600 pages a year. That's like absorbing the wisdom of 10 to 15 incredible books. Now compare that to the average adult who reads less than 4 books a year. This tiny little habit gives you this huge compounding advantage over time. It's a total game changer.
Okay, so our minds are clear. Now it's time to fuel the engine. Let's get into the next 2 habits, which are all about building up your physical energy and your spirit. Habit number 3 is based on a truth that is so simple we forget it all the time. You can have the best plans in the world, the clearest goals, but if you don't have the physical energy to actually do them, they're just going to sit there collecting dust. Your body, it's the only place you have to live. It's the performance machine for all of your ambitions. Now, this doesn't mean you got to go run a marathon tomorrow. The key here is just 20 minutes of intentional movement every day. That's it. Because look at this chain reaction. That little bit of movement creates momentum. And that momentum, well, that creates motivation. And a motivated person with a clear plan, that person is absolutely unstoppable. It can all start with just a 20-minute walk. Seriously. Our 4th habit takes a word we hear all the time, gratitude, and flips it on its head. See, we usually think of gratitude as just a feeling, right? Something that happens to us when something good happens. But the real power, the unstoppable power, comes when you start treating it like a discipline. It's a practice, something you do on purpose every day, no matter what's going on. And the practice itself couldn't be simpler. Every morning, before the chaos of the day grabs you, just write down 3 things you're grateful for.
And they can be tiny. The taste of your coffee, the sun coming through the window, anything. But here's the crucial part, step 3. You have to actually feel it. Take a second and feel that gratitude. This literally rewires your brain to look for the good in your life. And you know what they say, what you focus on expands.
All right, so we've got clarity, we've got energy. Now let's put this machine into motion. These last 3 habits are all about creating that relentless forward momentum and really stepping into your own personal leadership.
Habit number 5 is all about this amazing idea. Your goals are like magnets. They are literally pulling you toward the future that you want. But, and this is a big but, that magnet only works if you keep your goals right there in front of you. If they're tucked away in some notebook you haven't seen in 6 months, they have zero power.
I mean, think about it. Most people don't fail because their goals are impossible. They fail because, in the craziness of everyday life, they just forget about them. It's true. A goal that you don't look at every day gets shoved aside by all the noise of the world. It gets replaced by distractions, and worse, it gets replaced by doubt.
Okay, habit number 6 is a big one. It's about the incredible power of your own words. Think of it like this. Every single word you speak is like a seed. You're constantly planting seeds in your own mind and in the minds of everyone around you. So the question is, what are you planting? This slide just lays it out so clearly. There are 2 ways to use your words. On the left, you've got words that just describe your reality. I'm so tired, I can't do this. Sound familiar? But on the right, you've got words that create your reality. I will figure this out. I am becoming the kind of person who... You see the difference? It's huge. Stop just describing your situation. Start using your words to build the one you want. And that brings us to our 7th and final habit. Most people just kind of collapse at the end of the day. They never stop to actually learn from it. But an unstoppable person knows that every single day is a classroom. And this one simple question is the key that unlocks it. So, before you go to sleep, just take 10 minutes. 10 minutes to do this quick debrief with yourself. Ask these 3 questions. 1. What did I do well today? Celebrate the wins. 2. What could I have done better? Be honest. And 3. What will I change tomorrow? This right here is personal leadership. It makes sure that today's lessons become tomorrow's strengths. You're compounding your growth every single night. So, when you put it all together, what's the one big idea that ties all 7 of these habits together? It's this. Becoming unstoppable isn't about being complex. It's not about juggling 100 different things. It's just about consistency. It's about doing a few simple, important things right, day in and day out. And this is the paradox, right? This is the trap that so many of us fall into. All of these habits we've talked about, planning your day, reading 10 pages, moving for 20 minutes, they're all pretty simple, right? They're easy to do. But, and here's the catch, because they are so easy to do, they're also incredibly easy not to do. It's easy to just skip the plan. It's easy to scroll on your phone instead of reading. It's easy to complain instead of taking a walk. And every single day, you have to make that choice. Look, the person who controls their habits is the person who controls their future. Don't get overwhelmed and try to start all 7 of these at once. That's not the point. Just pick one. Just one to start. Maybe one for clarity, one for energy, whatever speaks to you. So my final question for you is a simple one. Which habit are you going to start, not tomorrow, but today?